Hello, this is Joe and you're watching JB TV. Now I'm selling my Torque M1 sled after about 2 years of ownership. Why or why not this is a good piece for your home gym. This sled will run you $1,000. Now it's a solid piece, but why am I getting rid of it? It's got to meet your training needs. Now there are benefits, but only if you use it.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
For me in Ohio, we get crazy weather all year round. Summer, it can get very hot. Spring, it can get very rainy. In the winter, it can get very cold. And in fall, obviously it's perfect. Now, do you need perfect weather to do outside workouts? Absolutely not. But one thing I'll always preach is the equipment you use is going to be the equipment that has the lowest barrier to entry. It's what's going to be the most simple to use and set up. For me, comfort matters. It's why I built up my gym in the basement and not in my garage. I wanted that climate control. You really need to use this thing outside. If my gym was in my garage, I might use this more, but it's inconvenient to start or stop my workout, get out of my basement, get out of my house, open up the garage, take off the sled, put the handles in, and get to work. While I can do sled work outside in the 90-degree weather we have right now, after about 5 minutes, I'm dripping sweat way more than my real physical exertion is warranted, and it's just not that comfortable. I'll just show a little bit on the product. This sled, it has 2 high points on one side and 1 low point on the other side. There's a D-ring where you can clip handles. Backward sled drags are great to use with this. This uses magnetic resistance. There are 3 levels. I pretty much always keep this on level 3, which is the highest. Level 1 and 2 don't really feel like much resistance. This reminds me of my air bike though. The harder you push it, the harder it pushes back. So you can still get a solid workout in. People see this weight peg here and they think that's how you add the resistance, but they're wrong. That weight peg is really just for stability, and honestly, I never really need to use it. It's got enough length on that horn where you can probably put like 245s. Maybe if you're using it up like some rocky hills or uneven surface, but for me, I just use my driveway. The setup of this thing's pretty easy. Literally, these just pull right in, right out, and they even have left and right stickers to match with the left and right of the unit. Handles are always going to go in. I guess if you had a really big wingspan, maybe you'd want to go it out and hold it like this. But for me, this is the most comfortable. One other thing that I didn't really touch on was this right here. This is called the V-strap. They also have a harness that you can use where like you strap it. But this has been good for me. This helps for if you're doing backward sled drags, especially. Knees Over Toes guy made these very popular. It's one of the main reasons I got this, and it's been very good for when I use it. But again, because it's more outside and my gym is inside downstairs in the basement, I just haven't used it as much as I should. So this deserves a better home for someone that might use it a little bit more. But I'll kind of show you how backward sled drag looks. Now this is where it gets a little trickier. Because now, say I'm at the end of my point, I can't swivel this. It doesn't move. So then what I've got to do, if I'm doing backward sled drags, I've literally got to take this whole unit up, lift it, turn it back around, and now get my sled drags on. Zebex makes a similar model like this, but its wheels do swivel and rotate, and I'd probably have gone with that if I was wanting to do outdoor sled work, just for the ease of going back and forth. Now say you don't want to do backward sled drags, then you can literally just clip off this carabiner, and you could really put anything on here. I've also used actually a belt squat belt in the past to do hands-free, but then I found that I wanted to use my belt squat for belt squatting and not keep it outside in the garage. There's really no resistance when you're going backwards like this, so this is kind of a pointless exercise, but I'm just pulling it back so now you can see what this looks like in action. So if you're going down low, You can go in like this, and the resistance, you feel it. Again, when you go backwards though, there's no resistance because it's magnetic. Putting weights on the top doesn't do anything. Now here from the high point, again, I'm on the highest level 3. I feel like that's really the only resistance that you feel. Level 2, level 1, you don't. And neutral obviously is neutral. That's nothing. So here's 3 on the high. Now, I still find the sled work beneficial, but I think I'm going to go the route of a hybrid treadmill or sled unit. There's ones from Rep Fitness coming out that look to be promising, although it might be out of my budget. There's another one by Tib Bar Guy that might be a little more affordable, and I have grown to really trust that brand and their products. The best equipment is equipment you use. Selling this unit is a nice $500 lesson I've learned because for me, I typically will sell whatever I buy at around 50% in value. I have no incentive to sell you on this because I've got no affiliate link. I'm just going to tell it like it is. If you do get this, you definitely want to do the wall mount. It's very hard to store otherwise. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes, build the gym you want on the budget you have, and get after it and not make $500 mistakes like I did. And as always, take care, lift heavy, and I'll see you next time.